Tonight, from Orchard Park, New York, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. Beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
On first down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
First down, Seattle.
From midfield now, here's Wilson, dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 50 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. But the Bills make their way out, led by their third-year quarterback from Wyoming. At 24 years of age, it's Josh Allen.
Well, what do we ask about players in this league? We ask them to improve from year to year, and Josh Allen did exactly that from his rookie year to year number 2. Doubled his touchdown passes from 10 to 20. One of the better running quarterbacks in the league, had 9 touchdown runs. That gives him 17 in his first 2 seasons. This guy gets better and better and absolutely loves the game of football.
Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And he stopped immediately there.
Moss, the ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The line of scrimmage.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A.J. Wright. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 47-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 40-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39.
The 39-yard line.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Flushed out right, and he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
Down and sacked.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 21.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their 1st drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Wilson's
It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
a 7-yard
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
yard line.
Now Wilson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Wilson. Here's Carson. Wilson with the catch out of the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, not only was that a great play there defensively on 3rd down, I like the execution of the scheme. Short yardage situation, but they still were able to cover him as he circled out in the backfield. Nowhere to go. They ended up swallowing him up behind the line of scrimmage.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Lockett. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
36-yard line.
Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10, it's Wilson again. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The sack there by Trent Murphy.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it.
Singletary loses it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He'll check that down to Carson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Chris Carson. A 3-yard pickup.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
At the Bills' 23-yard line.
To throw again is Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
A gain of 7.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Andre Roberts now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 29.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad.
Now ball's hit, and the football pops free, and the Seahawks have recovered. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
Wilson following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going.
And he's going to go down again. Trent Murphy able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Bills are going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
He's brought down at the 37.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Brings up
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. To the air, Allen. incomplete.
Intended for John Brown. Incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
4-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Defense.
Come on, dog! So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now, to be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
He's taken down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Out to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Allen. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jaron Reed. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
14. Bills 3.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
So let's glance at a player spotlight now with Russell Wilson. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
It's a gain of 10.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
1st down, Seahawks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
A 3-yard
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
42-yard line.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
14. Bills 3.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29.
It's a gain of 6.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Carson.
10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
And the Seahawks.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Wilson.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this one incomplete.
Wilson.
Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now.
Seahawks field goal.
Myers' kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
17. Bills 3.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll drop here to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
To Lee Smith. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Allen to throw it. He's got Smith here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
3rd and 4.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Now a hit and a loose football.
Recovered by the receiving team.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now a dump off here complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A 7-yard
working with a 2nd and 3.
And 3 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 7. 1st down, Seahawks.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Will Disley, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
There's something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards.
John Brown with the reception. What a year he had in 2019. Had his first 1,000-yard season since 2015 and had the most catches in his career as well with 72. A very dangerous target both downfield and in the short areas where he can make the catch and make people miss.
So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Singletary. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, Allen, he finds his target, John Brown. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's caught by Brown for a Bills touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
We always admire a guy who go through his progressions and find the open receiver. I believe we just saw that there.
And we admire him just a little bit more when it goes for a touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawks offense now getting set to go again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
First down, Seattle.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Trent Murphy bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
1st and 10.
John Brown now heading back onto the field as he gets set to go here. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On 1st down, Singletary. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
On the counter, this is Singletary. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Allen escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the 1st on the scramble.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They will run with Singletary. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 24, Allen, that is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. John Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll look to throw right away. Steps away to his left. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Trent Murphy, the one to bring him down.
Trent Murphy made the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. They run it with Carson. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get the 1st. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit, because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Wilson with the handoff to Chris Carson.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Ball carrier.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Third down, Carlos Hyde. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. This is Carson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He's brought down by Tre'Davious White. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And his throw is incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And Oliver. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd...
Allen hit. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. Wilson on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And they got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. To throw again is Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
DK Metcalf.
Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover.
Onside kick recovered by the Bills.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. You know, normally he's probably pretty happy with his performance at this point. He's played pretty well. Bottom line, they're down on the scoreboard, so I'm guessing he's not that happy.
No, the fantasy owners.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Benson Mayowa. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Allen's pass complete to Devin Singletary. Brings up 3rd down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From midfield, here's Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team, keep your offense moving at a really high level, and it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. Now it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Bills.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And his throw here's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen, his throw incomplete. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
A 30-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
The score, Seahawks 24, Bills 20.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They go right back to Singletary. And he loses the football the second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked?
And this is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
25-yard line.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be...
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Seahawks have recovered. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back into 32. A.J. Klein. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Well, that's the 4th time that they've tried to go for it on 4th down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. If you're going to go for it on 4th down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
There's a quick shot to his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 56 yards. And the Bills have cut it to within a score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. And they'll try and run it in with Singletary. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. Really solid effort for him right now. Third quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team. But the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
That's been exciting.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He lets it fly for Lockett. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 46 yards. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You've got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson sliding out of the pocket. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. The 40, 30, 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown.
Touchdown, Bills.
And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Chris Carson. A gain of 9. Brings up 3rd down.
To throw is Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
Bills 28.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Roberts now on the return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
2nd and 11 now. Singletary again. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Throwing now is Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, but it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. And Diggs has it. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Good catch there by Stephon Diggs, and no one happier in Buffalo than quarterback Josh Allen, who was looking for that big target downfield, the guy who could go up and take the ball away from defenders and turn it into big plays.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. Kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And they work this out past the 25. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Gain of 22 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. He'll check that down to Carson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Seattle.
On first down, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson.
Wilson's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
40-yard line.
Again, Wilson. Throw left side, complete. It's Carson.
Wilson's
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a third down.
a 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing again here, Wilson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack.
8 yards. And it's fourth down.
4th down, here's Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Allen, he finds his target, John Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll run here with Singletary. Singletary loses it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. Past the 20.
You thought you had it, didn't you?
And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And the Bills are going to recover.
Onside kick recovers by the Bills.
They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Puna Ford on the
2nd down and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 on the Seahawks 38-yard.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
27-yard line.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills draw a bit closer. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Pass on for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
You get hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second down and 8. Now Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
On third down, Wilson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. Two veterans there, Wilson to Olsen for a Seattle first down. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 6 yards left on second down.
Second and 6. At the 45-yard line.
Wilson will throw again. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Some might say that he's got to look that in and absorb the contact, but even at his size, that's a tough throw to hold on to. And he was unable to on that attempt.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 20.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Allen and the Bills now with a first and 10 at the 20. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jerry Hughes, his second sack of the night.
Second down.
Second and 20. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
First and 10.
And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And this one is incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Allen, gotta have this one. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Allen now on 1st down. And he's going to keep it here. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a 1st. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They run here with Singletary. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Trent Murphy make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
27 yards there, a 1st down. Seattle. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches.
Here's Wilson. He lets it fly from Lockett. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion and the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Well, the big play prior to this one got them down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
And the lead is now 13. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover.
Onside kick recovered by the Bills.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And there's a catch there by Stephon Diggs, and he is dangerous whether you throw the ball to him short or you target him downfield for the big plays. Averaged nearly 18 yards per catch. That ranked 4th in the league last season. He is elusive and tough to get down on the ground when he's in the open field.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And this one caught by Beasley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
19-yard line.
Now Allen again. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Good for a Buffalo Bill.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense. And yes, Josh Allen finds the end zone again. That's something he's done ever since he's been a rookie in this league. He had 8 touchdowns rushing that season, 9 which led all quarterbacks in 2019. He's one of those players that even if they don't call design quarterback run, he doesn't mind scrambling around, tucking the ball, and using his legs and his bulk to find the end zone.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now he'll pull it down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brought down by A.J. Klein.
2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
a gain of 12. And the Seahawks first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
To Greg Olsen. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A 9-yard.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Throwing again here, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. He'll check that down to Carson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Complete to Will Dissly. It's a
not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
By A.J. Klein.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
3rd and long.
Here's Wilson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
4th down.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. A.J. Klein. And the Bills are going to get the football back. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
He was covered.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Allen. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up
now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen to throw. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. It's complete to Diggs. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
A gain of 22 more yards.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Allen trying to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. And he finds Beasley complete. And it's a fumble. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So that one will be accepted. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that's complete to Brown. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. That's complete right around the 8.
Tonight.
Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.